What's up, my precious little pack, and welcome back to VEGA Conflict. When last we left off, I was talking about a trading system, a concept idea for one. Well, after giving you guys plenty of time to think about it and leave a few responses, I've actually taken the best comments as well as a few others, and I've taken the idea behind them as well as a few others. And I've added them into the notes for today and altered them so that they could become a proportion or a part of the concept idea. Now this is going to be quite a read, and I can expect a disconnect from the game while I'm reading, because it's going to be quite a bit that I typed up, all to talk about one single feature. But I'm going to go ahead and get started now. The trading system idea may have to go through stages of release if one ever came into the game, not due to problems that we may see right now, but instead because of the amount of coding that would have to be written for this feature, for this one feature at that, just one feature. And the concept would have to be thought over very, very carefully to ensure it is functional, but styled for VEGA's UI. In short, it would take a while to design the general UI look, menus, and more within this one feature. It would be similar to creating a mini-game within VEGA without the actual gameplay of such. Now, on to the more important parts of this feature. What would it cover? The base cost of traded items, how it would function. First, let's start by going over how this trade feature would work and where it would be accessed from. It would be accessed through the shop button at the bottom left of the screen for PC, which is this little guy right here. Where it would be listed as a market. Clicking through would open the market tab and take you into the primary menu in the market. This first menu is where you will either choose to enter a trade setup menu to set up an item for sale to another player for a price set by you, with a base price being required to ensure that the items aren't given away for free. The second menu you would enter under the market from the primary market menu would be the Browsing tab, where you will define an item you wish to purchase as follows. You'll pick the item type, such as a blank ship hull, resources, blood amber, time tokens, reusable items, and credit items. Once you've chosen which item class you would like to browse, you will have a new drop-down menu to select a subcategory. So if you choose ship in the primary search, you will then be able to set the secondary search requirement as battleship, carrier, cruiser, cutter, destroyer, frigate, specialist. Once you've chosen a subcategory, a third search menu will open where you will have to choose which tier to view. So tier 1 through 7 as the game is right now, with tiers of ships that way. Once you do that, the first page of the list of items matching your search will be displayed for you to interact with and potentially buy from. So in this example, you would click through, you'd set ship category, you'd go carrier, and then you'd go tier 2 since that's where carriers start at, and you'd be able to browse through mid-guards, you'd be able to find the best deal out of them all and purchase one. Now, these are all blank holes, and the reason for that I'll actually explain in a separate video when I talk about blank holes and fittings. Next, how would a minimum base be set so items can't be sold for free? That is a much more intricate question that is actually answered in parts. So let's start with the first part. Each tier of item would have a base cost that the player would have to pay to buy first. The seller may only increase the price of that item above what the initial cost would be. I'm going to use a blank Rancor hull for this example. The base price would be 1 blood amber, or 100,000 helium-3, since it is a ship hull being sold. That is the first way to limit the sale and ensure no item is given away for free in the market. How would higher tier minimum costs look? Something like this. Let's say 1 Bastion blank hull for 100 blood amber, or 100 million helium-3 as the base cost. the seller can only increase the prices from there. So it would start at 100 million base, but they could increase that blank hole cost astronomically higher. And how would items be limited to ensure low levels can't purchase top tier tech? There's already a limiting system in game. They would need to have the matching module levels in their base to purchase them, such as a Ship Factory 10 and a Fleet Bay 10 to buy the Guardian Cruiser hulls, because to produce them you have to have both the Ship Factory and the Fleet Bay level 12, level 10, along with the Ship Lab. You need the Ship Factory, Fleet Bay to hold them, and the Ship Lab. That's it. That way, focus on upgrading modules in the bridge would still be needed to advance, and players wouldn't be able to just upgrade the resource storages to hold enough to make high tier purchases. Now here's something that a few of you may be thinking of. How would coins play a part in the new player-run market? That is actually quite easily answered. Where Blood Amber is used as a base to buy items or resources are used in those other cases, coins would be just as involved in the market. They would be a 2-to-1 ratio to Blood Amber cells. So if an item costs 10 Blood Amber, it would cost 20 coins to purchase, allowing coins to easily be a part of the trading system named the market. I'll compile a test list of items and base costs in another video to display what the cost of items would be and the coins cost equal more or less. Even with all of this said, which is not that much in terms for how much I could have said, this is still just lightly scratching on the idea of a fully implemented trading system within VEGA. And what's even more, I'm actually going to make another video yet again that will actually cover how it could look in-game, what its primary functions are, and a full list rundown of low-tier prizes, mid-tier prizes, high-tier tech, everything like that, reusable items, and other things like that. And the simple goal of that would be just to improve upon the general layout and construction of the game, as well as to give everyone a little bit more work, because I would like to sell some of my low-tier ships, make a little bit of money back off them, whether they be sold for coins, credits, or whatever. But the objective was to make it so if someone else builds the ship and then sells the ship, they could have a chance of making Blood Amber coins, resources, anything like that. Now, the fun thing about it, and now I'm going off of what I had typed up, the fun thing about it is that you would be able to choose which one you want. So if you want coins or Blood Amber, they would be sold at the same thing. You can choose, between the three, you can choose to sell it for resources, Blood Amber, or coins. Now, if you sell it for coins or Blood Amber, it will be available for the equal amount of coins or Blood Amber. They will be always consistent with one another, so if one is listed as a price, the other will be there as well. So you may wind up with coins when you set up a sale to do Blood Amber. Another thing, in the thing I would like to see Blood Amber be a tradable item. I'd like to see you be able to set up purchases for resources, so you can trade Blood Amber for coins, or coins for Blood Amber, or Blood Amber for resources, resources for coins. And all of that will have to be further explained in yet another video, but I'll go over each individual thing. So this week what I think I'll do is I'll just focus on talking about the trade system, and I'll talk about individual subsections within the trade system that could be implemented to improve upon, such as how resource trading would work, how trading Blood Amber for resources or resources for Blood Amber would work, and things like that. And whilst I'm doing this, I'm actually refitting my ships, and I'm actually setting them up so I can show you what I was hitting. And first off, I never hit Reapers with that fleet that I showed you. When I advanced, I never hit Reapers. I hit hives. I hit low-level hives, and I would only go after one single prize each time they were available. Whether it be a weapon for a ship, or towards the end when I actually had enough ships in my fleets to be able to go after the larger hulls, I started going after the individual hulls, and I got my first Punisher, and I had already produced and gathered the blueprints for most of the weapons, armor, and things like that for the ship by the time that I actually had the ship. So I'll show that off once I'm done refitting it, which may be tomorrow or later today, it just depends. But I still have to actually do the ship token riot, which I'll be finishing up fairly quickly. By the time this video launches, though, the ship token riot will be over. It will have passed about 22 hours from the last time the video was posted. But I'm going to set up the fleet and I'm going to show you everything like that. And first off, these are not the ships I actually used. These are all markup grade variations of the same ship, so they're going to have better stats than the ones I used. And I would advise markup grading anything you can. But let me know what you think of the trading system as well as the examples I put up. What, could the price have been different for them? Should it have been lower? Should it have been higher? Things like that for the base minimum requirement to be able to sell an item, as well as the costs of the blood amber to coin ratio and things like that. And this also touches on another thing that I'll talk about later. Actually, I'll make multiple videos over the course of the week, so you're going to get more than 5 videos for this Monday through Friday. I'm going to make a video I want to talk about the daily missions. We were supposed to get a rework for them at some point, which hasn't happened yet, and it was just supposed to cover 2018, so we may still get it. Just, it still hasn't happened right now. But I'd like to go over a few things that could potentially change about it, as well as how important it is to do the daily missions to get blood amber. But that's going to be it for this video, everybody. If you like the concept idea, feel free to smash that like button for me. If you have any supporting ideas, or if you would like to alter something I may have said, or leave an example of a resource that could be exchanged for something, or leave an example of a price of something, feel free to leave it below in the comment section for me. I'll take a look at it and I'll add it to another video, probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's video I'll most likely talk about the resource trading aspect, so I'll focus on helium-3, antimatter, or blood amber, coins, things like that. And I'll also count time tokens as a resource, just because they, in my eyes, are a resource. And I'll include them in it. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So as always, everybody, I'll see you later.